What's up, everybody? It is Monday night, January the 5th. Listen, looking at the numbers, a day of grace. And I am excited about being here, being live, getting into this space of creation. And what I'm doing tonight, we're going to be writing a song. I'm going to be writing a song live. But I figured what I do is to start off this series and what we have going on, we're writing a song based upon a different song. We're going to use it as inspiration, if you will. We're going to use the song as inspiration on how we could say it differently from a conscious space, right? So I don't know if you know, my name is Titus Glenn. What's up, Beth? And I'm a spiritual deconstruction coach, and I've been deconstructing for a while now. And I'm finding more and more that there are more people who are waking up, more people who got questions, more people that are, I don't want to say struggling, but wrestling with what they believe. And I want to just do my part in holding a space for people who are deconstructing, who are having those questions about God. And I'm doing that through songwriting tonight. What's up, Faith? My baby girl, my second oldest, just popped in. And so tonight I want to explore a song that I think it went to number one. It was definitely on number one. I don't know how long it was there, but definitely went to number one. And I want to say the song that we discussed tonight is, I'm not doing it to take away from any artist, their voice. I'm not here to take anything away from the writer. Um, I'm not here to say that they did anything wrong. What I'm doing is holding the space so that those that may listen to songs in the gospel music industry that may be hard, that they might have a different way of interpreting these songs. And then we'll write a song that's maybe more in alignment with where you could be now. Okay? So we're going to deconstruct Take Me to the King. I don't know if you heard it, but it's a song that Kurt Franklin wrote for Tamla Man. And I, I was on this internet here, and I real came up talking about how gospel music is toxic, and really referring to the lyrics, how everything is so depressive, and just this idea of giving your power away to God. They brought us some other songs, but this is the comment that I laughed out loud because I could see exactly what they were talking about. And it's basically, if you don't know the song, the chorus in itself says, "Take me to the king, I don't have much to bring. My heart is my heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne, leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory and sing to you this song. Please take me to the king." And what they were expressing was that this song sounded like a song to take your to take yourself out of the equation of this here thing we call life. And I was like, whoa, whoa, that is so real. Especially I feel like from the generation that's coming behind us. I can see how when you say take me to the king, it could symbolize that you don't want to be in this life anymore. But the more that I'm deconstructing, I want to say this to those that were worship leaders and pastors and all those things. What we call worship is nothing more, nothing less than scientifically us moving into a state of presence and being and feeling confident in who we are. We were just made to teach. We were just taught that it was God that was doing the bidding. And in a way, you know, I still believe that to a certain degree. But I think what we have done is we've learned the mechanics of getting into this presence so that we can become courageous, that we can manifest our wildest dreams, so that we can find the love of our life. And that takes us getting into a place of being confident about who we are. So I want to go back through these lyrics and unpack it and deconstruct this song from my own learning. And if you're new here, hey, welcome. My name is Titus Glenn. We're going to be deconstructing real quick. Take Me to the King by Kurt Franklin, song by Timbaland. Let's say it's by Timbaland, but it's wrote by Kurt Franklin and it's sung by Timbaland. I'm getting excited. Let me calm down. But we're going to be looking at the lyrics. You got your phone, you can pull them up, or you got a computer. But I want to go back and just kind of unpack this because there's some statements that are in here that are not true. They are not true on a conscious level. On a conscious level, and when I say let me say on a spiritual level, because I feel like if I say conscious, it's like your consciousness is your awareness. It really is. How conscious you are is based on your awareness. So I want to unpack this because from a spiritual lens, some of this stuff is inaccurate and it speaks to being in a low vibrational state, if we can say it that way, or a space of this 3D dimensional state, if we can say it that way, okay? So this says, if we go to the top, let's see, let's go to the verse. I want to say this. I want to go to the verse first. The verse says, truth is, I'm tired. I think this is an honest statement to open up with because you want to be honest about your feelings. But then this line right here really, I looked at it today and I was like, oh, this is a lie. Especially if you speak it out loud, it's kind of like you're creating this reality that there's no way out. And the second line says, options are few. But for those that are getting into Novell Goddard, those that are getting into, who else was that? Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? This line that says options are few is an inaccurate statement. Because when you get into manifestation and you get into this way of aligning yourself to your highest, greatest good, you open up yourself for however it is that God, source, universe, synchronicities, how they show up. So with that, I think if we look at it in a different way, truth is I'm tired. And then maybe if it could have been said, I can't see how this is going to come together, or I can't see the dots being put in place. I think where some people are, it could connect better than options are few in this new spiritual lens that a lot of people I see are navigating to. And then the next line, and I don't want to, well, do I want to unpack the whole song? I kind of do, but I also want to write in a way that honors, okay, where are we now? Where are we now? What song can we write that speaks to take me to the King in a conscious way, right? I'm trying to pray. I think that is very accurate for me because the trying to get into a space of talking to God when you can't see, or even aligning yourself with different possibilities or different ways of being, how that could be difficult when you are tired, you're frustrated, you're worried, you're concerned, all those things. Okay? But where are you? I think it's just questioning, how are things coming together? What should I be doing right here, right now? Right? I'm all churched out, and I think this is just about routine, like showing up every day, trying to be where you're supposed to be. I think it speaks to a level of perfectionism, if you will. That's just my opinion. And feel free to chime in if you're watching here. I'm all churched out, and I think that speaks to, for me, being on this routine of you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do. I'm praying, I'm lifting my hands, I'm singing, all these things, right? Hurt and abused. Listen, I think that's another honest line. I think there's just a few tweaks in here that we're not gonna rewrite Kurt Franklin's song. We're just gonna use these ideas to give us leeway to talk about where we are right now. Okay? So, and I'm going to just do it live. So if you're here, you're tuning in, bet, let's come in the room. I'm all churched out, hurt, and abused. I think that could speak to a level of church hurt. Definitely speak to a level of church hurt, being around people that don't understand you. If not church hurt, then being around people that don't understand you. And if you're new in the room, we're deconstructing, taking you to the king, right? And then we're going to write a song based upon what's coming up out of this song. And again, welcome here. Okay? I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't take I can't take I can't fake what's left to do. And I think that just speaks to honesty, really. But here is the what's up, Mino said so. How are you? But here is the big thing I think that's in this song when it says take me to the king. This is the irritation I think people have with being conscious is that when you speak to something like this, take me to the king, you're being asked to reach for something outside of you. And I think that is the big thing in this song. Is like take me to the afterlife, if you will. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. But it makes perfect sense to me with somebody that's coming out of church and coming out of religion. It's like we've been taught to think of heaven as a place up in the sky, which is really an opportunity for us to write consciously to speak to heaven being here on earth, or the idea that heaven is a state of being. It's how you show up in confidence. That's heaven. So that could be take me to the king, take me to that place to where I can be confident, or talking to yourself so that you can move into this place of being confident about everything working out, all things falling into place. So for me, I really look at this song now as really calling forth your body, or asking your body, or getting into this space of take me to this place of meditation. That's just me. Take me to that place to where I can feel the what did Joe Dispenza call it, the void, to be in the void, to be in that place in the in between where I'm not trying to figure things out. Because I when I go through the song, I'm trying to see if there's any other things that are in here that speaks to an answer besides take me to the king. Now here's another line that should be considered. Lord, we're in the way. We keep making mistakes. Glory is not for us, it's all for you. This is so layered. And especially with the making mistakes, I think that speaks to the way we were taught in Christianity, is that we were wretched and undone. So instead of learning that we're repeating like the same lessons, right? This is in a way telling us that we are, well, I'm interpreting it this way. It's like we're interpreting this song as like we're doing something wrong. And I think if we wrote songs that say I keep on going through this same type of lesson or this same type of cycle, and maybe asking source creator or your higher self, your higher mind, to reveal to you, hey sunshine, you found me, you've been looking for me, to reveal to you what is the lesson that you need to learn, right? Then it might be totally different to get you, oh, thank you for the heart, fam, to get you into this place where you can get into this confidence to trust that all things are working for you good. Oh, thank you for the heart, fam. So if you're just showing up, we've been deconstructing Take Me to the King. Why are we deconstructing Take Me to the King? Because I saw a post that said that this song, and this was on the thread of people talking about gospel music being toxic, how this song speaks to somebody wanting to unalive themselves. And I wonder, maybe Kurt Franklin was in that space of wanting to do his self harm. And I'm also in this container of producing the inner chamber, which is a radio station. Hey, Shar, which is a radio station that is centered around gospel conscious music. Yeah, listen. And it is written in them CCM type of chords, 4 5 6, which if you watch the Hillsong documentary, it speaks to how they purposely wrote the music to be somber, right? To be somber so that people could be drawn into this hypnosis. That's the word. So I can see how this song, even though it landed on Billboard charts, like people getting into this space of being hypnotized and reaching for something outside of themselves. Woo! So here we are that we get to position and write from the lens of consciousness, from the lens of metaphysics, from the lens of, okay, let me go from looking at this 3D dimensional space and getting into how do I alter my state of being present in this right now moment versus controlling the outcomes and feeling like I'm hopeless. Are we making sense? Am I making sense to y'all? Please let me know. Because I personally feel like the gospel music industry is tanking. But this is just me. And I feel like it's tanking because you have another generation coming behind us that don't connect to God from a dogmatic lens. They just don't. So when you're talking about taking me to the king or speaking like life is getting heavy and all these things, they don't connect. On this live that I was listening to, he was saying how he manifested a job through a secular song. Manifested a job. And just think about, if we're teaching people to have a relationship with God, but every time they go and listen for music or reach for something that they can hold on to, it's it's heavy. So who will want to show up to a church service? Who will want to show up to a gathering of spiritual people if when I go, I am in this space of believing yet being traumatized? This is just my opinion, and so we're here to write in a conscious way. So Charlady said on TikTok, because they don't want life to be heavy. But who wants life to be heavy? I think right now, the way the world is, we already see how life can be. So to show up to church service on Sunday morning, it's like this is supposed to be a gathering. This is supposed to be a place of excitement. So why would I want to go to church and be heavy only to spend my week in heaviness with the music I'm listening to? And I'm not bashing Christianity. I am offering us a space to be expansive in our thinking, expansive in our approach to God, and how we're writing to allow people to be in relationship. Soka. Who is Soka? I've never heard of Soka. But I'm inviting this conversation for us to be expansive in how we are thinking about God, how we're showing up, and inviting the science. I'm inviting the science into this space because science says when people get together, there is a energetic field. Oh, it's Caribbean music. I love that. Science says when people get together and sing, then it creates an energy that is protective, that's nurturing. So I can see how people are in conflict when they leave church, when they leave these dynamics, because you are in a space to where the music is connecting you, but the lyric connotation is making your body do a little what's going on. So here we are, fam. We are going to write a song with the being inspired by Take me to the King, not from I'm reaching outside of myself, but I'm altering my state of being so that I can see that things can be different. How does that sound? How does that feel to y'all in this writing space? I like that. But I think there is a energy behind dancing, about instrumentation, about being affirmative in your approach to life, and even the science behind, speaking life. What do they say? It takes one negative to cancel out five positives. So let's get into it. Let's write a song. So yeah, I'm feeling like I like this approach you said, sunshine lady. Are we thinking more upbeat, or are we thinking more upbeat, or are we thinking it could be slow in nature but maybe positive in the way that it's coming across? Because I don't think there's anything wrong with upbeat for sure. Okay. So let's get into this upbeat type approach, altering our state, altering our presence, getting into this vibe. So from what I'm feeling, is like maybe we're writing like a dance song tonight. Maybe that's what we're writing. And what I will offer is that maybe we write from the lens of what we're seeing in this reality, but then giving ourselves opportunity to look at it differently. How y'all feel about that? Da, ba, 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 da, 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 da. So I see. So some comments in the lives were filtered to protect the community. If y'all can reword what y'all said, because I don't know what what TikTok is filtering, and I would like to know what is being said, so that I know, because it won't tell me. Okay. So the way that I like to write, I like to go with the melody first. I like to peel it. You repeated it 3 times. That's wild, Joy. Well, I'm not sure why they would. Anywho, okay. I don't know the algorithm, and sometimes it's okay. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna say a little prayer for me, for us. God, Source Creator, thank you for this gathering. Thank you for this time, and I just affirm that this is going to be an amazing time to get our thoughts out, to share, and to heal. Well, let it be so, and so it is. Ashe and amen. Okay, here we go. So we say joy, we say affirmative. And the way that I like to write, I like to go with the melody line first. And I have this in the book that I'm putting together on how to make the songwriting easier. I found that getting the melody line will allow you to write faster, quicker, versus getting the lyrics and then having to figure out where the lyrics go. So let me just see what kind of melody line we go with. And are we thinking like this tempo? Maybe techno? Okay? I'm gonna have to look up this soccer and see, because I don't have the soccer in my ear to really give it a vibe. So, we just go with this type of ba da ba da 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 ba da 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 da. How y'all feeling about that? Let me repeat it so I can make sure I know what I did. Okay. Da 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 ba 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 da ba 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 do 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 ba ba da 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 da. Something like that. Okay, so here we go. Let me just get it out so we can kind of lay into it and feel confident, and so you guys have it, you know, where we are. Here we go. Ba 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 da 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 da. I switched it up. Let me make sure I got it. Here we go. Ba 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 da 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 da. I think that's what I did. Here we go. Da 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 da. So that will be the melody for the first two lines. Okay, let's do that again so I can lock it in for me. Ba 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 ba. Get it right, Titus. Ba 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 da 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 da. There we go. Ba 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 da 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 da. Let's do that again. I'm just locking it in. So if y'all feel like y'all got words, put them in the chat. What is this coming up? What is coming up for you as I'm saying this melody line? And we're gonna throw it into this jumbo of how do we articulate how to make this song. Not make, because you never force a song. The longest rights is when you try to force it and you don't just let it flow. Just a nugget, okay? Da 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 da. Thank you, Lord, for your grace. Okay. Thank you, Lord, for your grace. We're going to write it down. Well, thank you. You're amazing right back. So da 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 da. I'm sorry. I'm getting. You're amazing. You're amazing. Me, this would be to bring it back to. She's talking about putting that in the song. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I'm trying to connect. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Lord, for your grace. You're amazing. Okay, that's the lyric line you're putting, Sunshine Lady. Thank you, Lord, for your grace. You're amazing. I wonder if we can write. But thank you. I wonder if we can offer this space to bring into the conversation the idea and the invitation for those that might want to or don't know God as Lord. Is that possible? And I'm not discrediting what anybody else believes. I want to offer in this space a container where people who don't believe, we get them a space to find out what they believe without pointing the song to what they believe. Am I making sense? So maybe it's thank you for this time and space. It's amazing. It's amazing to be in this state. So we still put the gratitude in there. I think that is very, very key, because there's a space in consciousness that say when we are thanking God, we are thanking ourselves. We're thanking ourselves for showing up, for being present. So maybe thank you for the time. Thank you for the time and space. What did I just say? Thank you for the time and space. Could it be to give myself grace? Could it be thank you for the time and space to be here, to be present? And let me go back and grab this melody so we don't forget, okay? Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Thank you for the time and space. Da, 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 da. to step into grace or something. It could roll that way. It could. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. I don't know if that makes sense so far, but it doesn't have to make sense right now. We can tweak it as we go. What's up, Dame OG? How y'all feeling about thank you for the time and space? Okay, what's up? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Yeah? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. I hope you're doing well. Happy 2026. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Yes, I think as I unpack it, I feel like grace is this space of it. You didn't earn it. You just aligned yourself with it. Ooh. So I think if we even build the story around maybe things we're saying, and then we get into this chorus to say, thank you for this time and space to step into grace, to step into this way of being and knowing and trusting that this is working out for my highest and greatest good. Or for my steps are ordered. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for this time and space. Yes, we are writing a song. We're writing. And this is stemming from the inspiration tonight is Take Me to the King, but from a conscious lens. So if you're not familiar with Christ consciousness speaks to awareness. It speaks to universal truths. It speaks to looking at God within, allowing people to have their own relationship. So in this song, we were deconstructing earlier how Take Me to the King on a conscious level is really saying, get me into this meditative space. Give me into this space to where I know I'm confident so I can trust that things are being connected. That makes sense? So here we go. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. And then Joy said, trusting that my steps are ordered. Trusting that my steps are ordered. So is that what we're doing? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. And maybe we speak to aligning my thoughts and a knowing that my steps are ordered, or that my steps, that the things are being connected. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting my steps are ordered. I trust that my steps are ordered. Okay. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. And maybe when I write, I like to always think about how am I connecting one line to the next. And so as you put these words, Sunshine Lady, in my process, I'm thinking, if we say thank you for the time and space to step into grace, trust that my steps are ordered, my thought goes to trusting that my steps are ordered. Because it's almost like you're having this conversation, but it's also linguistically you're continuing the conversation. Does that make sense? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, boom, dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. Ooh, trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Ooh, okay. That kind of gave me a little. Yeah, okay. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dum, dum, dum. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Okay, can we run that line back? Here we go. And if you're new here, welcome. If you want to put what's coming up for you as we're talking about this, let me know. I'm going to take it and we're going to, see if it adds, to what we're building here. Here we go. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Oh, I like this. Okay. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun, ba-da-da-dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Then where do we go? Where do we go from there? Do you feel like we want to continue that melody to maybe make this the chorus and make this the meat of the song to get us into that presence? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, 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 dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I align myself with all the possibilities. Something like that. How does that, I'm working through this. How y'all feel about that? Because at first, we did, the next melody line was, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. So we could do like a little turnaround, or we could keep with the melody and just make this like the meat of the song. Let's do this again. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun. A turnaround, okay? Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. The turnaround. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da. Oh, this could be a great turnaround and just go into a chorus. I feel like this could be a great pre-chorus. These are just thoughts. But let's get it. Let's get it. Let's I'm getting excited. Okay? So here we go. Thank you for the time and space. I step into grace. Don't, don't, don't. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Aligned with all possibilities. Yes. Aligned with all possibility. I'm aligned with all possibilities. Knowing it's all working for me. Something like that. I'm aligned with all possibilities. Knowing it's all working for me. Maybe. I'll let you think. I'll let you think. And I'm just going to repeat this. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Dun, dun. I'm aligned with all possibilities. And knowing is, and maybe it's not, it's all working for me. Something, no defeat. Okay, I like the no defeat. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fire. Listen, anything, we are king kids. We are queen kids. Can we say that? We are kingdom kids. So anything we put our hands to, it gotta be fire. So here we go. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I'm aligned with all possibilities. I'm aligned with all possibilities. I take courage I take on courage and no defeat. There's no defeat. I'm aligned with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. And I take courage and remove defeat. I'm aligned with, let's say I align with, because we're speaking to not taking me to the king, something outside of us. We're speaking to, I'm aligning with that this too is working out for me. So I align. So let me go back. Let me clean this up. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dum, dum. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. Yes, yes. I align myself. I might have said it differently. I align myself with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. Woo, okay? Let's run this back. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dum, 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 dum. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Dum, dum. I align myself with I align. What did I say? I align with our possibilities. Maybe I have to remove myself. I align with our possibilities. I align with our possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. Yeah? I take courage. I align. I don't know why I want to say myself, but I have a habit of putting as many words as I can in and then taking the meat off the bone, if you will, or taking what doesn't really stick. I align myself with all possibility. I align myself with all. If we break up the rhythm, it could work. I take courage and something no defeat. Okay. So I got two lives going on here. So if you got words, put them in the chat. Okay. Trusting that my steps are ordered, I make no mistakes. Okay, I align myself with the. No, we'll just say I align myself. I align with all possibilities. I feel like there's a word that we can put in there. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, and you say blank and no defeat. I take courage and remove defeat. You're not feeling that. You're not feeling that line. And it's okay if you don't. It's okay. I take courage and remove defeat. I take courage. There is no defeat. Smash defeat. Accept. Oh, I liked accept. I like this. Okay, I take courage, accept no defeat. And accept no defeat. I take courage and accept no defeat. Keep in mind, sunshine, like we're gonna need. I like defeat here because we're gonna need another line. We're gonna need another, let's say, sentence, if you will. I align myself with all possibilities. I align myself with possibilities. I align with all possibilities. Let's just say I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. I like that. I take courage and accept no defeat. I align myself with possibilities. I align with, get it right, Titus. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. Here we go. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. And we need another phrase to really lean into what we're trying to say. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Susan? So here we go. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. You like to remove defeat? I align myself with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. Ah, we'll play with that. We'll let it linger a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. Either we do remove or we do accept. So let's run it back. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun. Knowing that trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Dun. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. Then what do we go from there? And remove defeat. And remove defeat. I align myself with I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. Because there's an inner knowing, this is working for me. Maybe. Or maybe, I don't want to say, I feel like I always say working for me. Like, almost like I want to speak to and just say, there's an inner knowing that the puzzles will come in together, or that it's all been connected, that the best outcome is here. Something like that. Or do we keep it simple and just say it's working for me until we continue to, I align with, let me just cross out this word. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. I take courage and accept no defeat. Like something higher place. Okay, so what's the phrase? I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Ooh, I don't know how that line just came up. Okay. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. That all things Why do I want to keep on going to working for me? How y'all feel about the line? There's a place in me that knows and sees. And that might become more poetic. Thank you for the time and space to step into. You love, okay? There's a place in me that knows and sees. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Thank you for the... Okay, let's get into it. So what is this last line that we are going to link, that we're going to land before we, move on to the next part of the song? Okay, let me see. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Ooh, what if we switched it up just a little bit? What if we, I don't want to say possibilities twice, but this just came to me. There's a place in me that knows and sees. There are many divine possibilities. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many divine possibilities. But then I feel like, well, then we would have to change I align with possibilities. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many divine possibilities. I like that line. There's a place in me, because it speaks to knowing that we're not controlling the outcome. We just know that it's going to work. How y'all feel about that? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting that my steps are ordered, I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many divine possibilities. I align with our possibilities. I take courage and remove and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. So there's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many divine possibilities. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many possibilities. And maybe we take the divine off and just say, I don't know what I just did. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many divine possibilities. Let's see if we can make it singable. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many possibilities. I don't know why I went to Demon Hunters and then, because I don't know why I went to this thought of, and we going up, up, up in our moment. I don't know. We can't put that in the song, but it's almost like we welcome into the notion that we go into we open up ourselves to be positioned into a different state of being and into a different state of presence. Does that make sense? So trust. I align with our possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. I take courage, and if we say accept no defeats, we don't have to say and. I take courage, accept no defeat. Or I take courage and remove defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many possibilities. I'm just writing it down. How y'all feel about that? I like there's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many possibilities. But what would we say instead of saying I align with all possibilities? What would we say? I align with. There's a place in me that knows and sees I am. Okay. There's a place in me that knows and sees I am. There's a place in me that knows and sees. I'm finna say I'm a winner. But part of me felt like it was a little corny to say winner. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Thank you for the share. Okay. There's a place in me that knows and sees. I am a winner. I'm a believer. I feel like the believer takes away from being more like this is I feel like it takes away from the confidence, or it maybe it's not taken away, but it doesn't hone in for me, like I am he. I say I use me straight a believer. Okay, okay. So those that are coming in, we are. Let me do a recap here. We are writing from a space of gospel core of the consciousness, where we speak to awarenesses, having awarenesses, speaking to God within, and we got the inspiration from. I like that sunshine. We got the inspiration from the conversation about gospel music being toxic, and somebody I saw a post that said that "Take Me to the King" was about unaliving yourself. And so we kind of deconstructed that song and how, on a metaphysical plane, on how a conscious level, spiritual level, that Take Me to the King is really getting into a place of presence, of being confident about whatever life is handing you. So that's where we are. And so uh, we had the thought to do an upbeat song instead of a a weighty song. I ain't gonna say weighty because low songs are not weighty. We just had the conversation about doing an upbeat song. So this is what we have so far. And let me just recap for those that, if something come up for you, you can put it in the chat and we can work through it, okay? So we got, thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered, I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that I'm a winner. But then we would have to, or I would say winner before I say believer. But what else can we say? Because I feel like there's a stronger line that we could lean into that connects everything. I'm aligning. I'm taking courage. I'm not accepting no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that I am what? I don't want to say divine because I feel like personally I've said that lyric. There's a place in me that knows and sees. But then it keeps on coming like, there's a place in me that knows and sees that this is working for me. Because I feel like that working for me connects, but I don't want to say working for me. There's a place in me that knows and sees. There are many possibilities. No, there's a place in me that knows and sees. Where are we at? Taking a breather. And sometimes you gotta do a little breather just to let a little marinate to see if the lyrics come. I align myself with I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Is there another word besides working that we can use? There's a place in me that knows and sees that my dreams. Oh, what if we talk about manifesting? There's a place in me that knows and sees that what I see is manifesting for me. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all the pieces are manifesting or working or moving. And I'm thinking that we have to end it with a vowel that rhymes with sees. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Ah! Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting that my steps are ordered, I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. That knows and sees. Ah, that anything can happen for me. That anything can happen when I manifest. Oh. There's a place in me and knows and sees that when I manifest. No, wait. There's a place in me that knows and sees. I lie with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that I bring it back to that time and space time after all that. Bring it back to, what do you mean, Dan? I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Knowing that my steps are ordered, I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. You said, bring it back to this. Okay. Let's see. We're almost there. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting that my steps are ordered, I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. There's a place in me that knows and sees when I manifest. When I manifest. I guess what I'm hearing and feeling like is like we're bringing it to resolve. So this last line has to resolve lyrically. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. That knows and sees. Manifesting. When I manifest. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that there are many possibilities. There's a place in me that knows and sees. There's a place in me that knows and sees. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. I'm almost there. Okay. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I'm making no mistakes. I align with all possible. I feel like I changed keys, but anywho. Thank you for the time. Okay. Don't worry about the key right now, thanks. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Manifesting. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Manifesting. Manifesting is coming for me? No. There's a place in me that knows and sees. Manifesting is coming for me. There's a place in me that knows and sees that my dreams are coming for me. I can see clearly. There's a place in me that knows and sees I can see clearly. What did y'all think about that line? There's a place in me that knows and sees that all my dreams are chasing or finding me. That all my dreams are finding me. That all my dreams are chasing me. When I manifest, I see clearly. Okay. So this is what we got so far. Okay, we just gonna run it back. And I'm gonna breathe because I'm getting excited. Okay? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees. When I manifest, I see clearly. I guess, Sunshine, when I say I guess for me, when I manifest, I see clearer. Or I guess when I manifest, I guess it's just me personally. I think more when I manifest, there's more of a confidence. And then you could see clearly on how to manifest something, though, for sure. And this is just me processing. Nothing against what you said. There's a place in me that knows and sees. When I manifest, I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all my dreams are finding me. Are finding me. I'm pausing because when I heard let me get it together. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all my dreams are finding me. So I release and let go and trust the unknown. That's where I went to. So it would sound like this. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all my dreams are finding me. So I release and let go and trust the unknown. I release and let go and trust the unknown. So that would be like the chorus. I release and let go and trust the unknown. And I don't know if the word unknown connects with people but I think on a different spiritual plane, it's like you release and you're letting go and trusting what unfolds. Maybe I release and let go and just trust how it unfolds. I release and let go and trust how it unfolds. That might work. I release and let go and trust how it unfolds. I release and let go and trust how it unfolds. How y'all feel about that? And I'm gonna sing it again. Trust the and trust the unfold. Oh, I like this. That's okay. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I love that. I release and let go and trust the unfold. Yes. So we would have that line, there's a place in me that knows and sees that all I want, maybe it's not dreams, that all I want is finding me. Would y'all say all I want, or would you say all I want, or would you say all my dreams? So I release and let go and trust the unfold. it's like a little present being wrapped up in a bow. Absolutely. So I release and let go and trust the unfold. That is a different line, but it's growing on me. And we don't have to say, trust how it unfolds, because I feel like it just says it all. I release and let go and trust the unfold. Here we go. So let's say all I want is finding me. Let's go with that for now. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dun, dun. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all I want is finding me. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. Dum dum bum dum bum bum. Dum bum bum. Dum 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 dum. Bum dum dum bum bum dum dum dum. Yes. I feel like we got the pre-chorus and the chorus. I wonder if we can write a verse in like 15 minutes. So here's the chorus. Let's run it back, okay? Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Dum, dum. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. Dun, dun. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all I want is finding me. I release and let go and trust the unknown. I release and let go and trust the unfold. Sorry. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. And maybe the last line we do a little something different, just to give it another texture. So if we run that back. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. Boom, 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 dum, 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 dum. Ooh. So real quick, what could the verse be about? What could the verse be about? Could it be about there's this is what I'm thinking. It's almost like this idea of I see it, I want it, but it feels impossible right now to reach. Something like with that in mind. So I see this thing that I want, or I have this desire, or there's a need. I feel like I need something and I'm trying to figure out. Like I feel like that could be the storyline. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Trusting that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage and remove defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all I want is finding me. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. Okay, let's get a melody real quick. Dun, 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 dun. So if we go with a different melody line, because the easiest writes, you get a melody line. That melody line is for a particular part of the song, but then you grab another melody line for a different for another part of the song. Okay, so we're writing. We already got our melody line for the pre-chorus and the chorus. Now we need another melody for the actual chorus or the verse. So I'm just gonna reach for it, and you may want to bring some diversity, so we can go faster in the verse, or we can go slower, or like I say slower, more. We can make the melodic structure longer, so that we give some differentiation between the verse and the chorus. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace, knowing that my steps are ordered. I make no mistakes. I align with all possibilities. I take courage, accept no defeat. There's a place in me that knows and sees that all I want is finding me. I release and let go and trust the unknown. I release and let go and trust the unknown. And trust the unfold. Sorry, let me get the unfold. Trust the unfold. I release and let go and trust the unfold. Da 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 da. How y'all think about that verse? That could be the melody line for the verse. Ba 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 da 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 da. And what I'm hearing, I have a dream. It seems far away. But almost like I have a dream. It feels far away, but there's a seed that's been planted. Ba da da da, something like that. I have a dream. It seems far away, but there is a seed that's planted. Something like that. Like y'all feeling that? But then we got to figure out how to get to that. Thank you for the time and space. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. So how do y'all feel about that? The melody line. Da 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 da. Ba da ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. So thank you for the time and space to step into grace, because that's kind of where we would go. So we have the melody line. Ba 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 da. Ba ba da 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 ba da 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 da. So thank you for the time and space to step into grace. I'm kind of struggling right now because I'm like, okay, either we keep that melody line, but I feel like it might be too far of a climb melodically to get to the thank you for the time and space to step into grace. So I kind of want to maybe see if we pull a different melody line, if it will meet us better when we get to the thank you for the time and space. Ba 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 da 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 da, and maybe we walk it da 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 da. So maybe we start higher instead of walking it up, walking the melody line up. We walk it down. So instead of doing ba 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 ba, maybe we start up ba 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 ba. Do y'all feel the difference energetically? And I know I move a little fast, so I'm gonna let y'all process that. But energetically, it feels like it won't be a reach to get from to go straight into thank you for the time and space to step into grace. That makes sense. So we start ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da. So thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Yay! I think I'm getting a connecting line here too. So, and we can still use the same lyrical line. I have a dream. It feels far away, but there's been a seed planted. There, I have a dream. It feels far away, but there's been a seed planted. And it's almost like this. I'm hopeful that someday this will come to pass. So I thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Something like that. And if you're new here, welcome. This is what we are building in the inner chamber, a space for songwriters and creatives. So if you're new here, check on the link in my bio on how to become a part of this community. So if we start with I have a dream, it feels far away, but there's been a seed planted. And it's almost like maybe like I feel like it's possible, but I have a stickler. I have a stickler. Maybe that's the right phrasing. I have this thing about repeating words. So my thought when I have a dream, it feels far away, but it's almost like but I still feel it's possible, and I don't want to say possible again because we already said possibilities. So I'm wondering, what else could we do? I have a dream. It feels far away, but there's been a seed planted. I visualize, I magnetize my thoughts so I can be. Thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Okay, it's forming. I don't know if y'all feel it forming. I have a dream. It feels far away. There's been a seed planted. Is it possible? Is it time to down? And then almost like maybe I should give myself time to visualize. And then that goes into thank you for the time and space to step into grace. Okay. I'm going to pause it right here. I'm going to let this marinate. And let's just say we're going to be back tomorrow to finish. So those that want to join me tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m., we'll get into, I'm going to tell myself I'm not going to touch this. We'll bring it back up. The first thing I'm going to do, though, I'm going to go and do a voice note on this song. And then tomorrow, we'll come back and we'll continue to write. And we're going to finish it tomorrow. I have a feeling we're going to finish tomorrow. So tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m., we're writing the gospel according to consciousness, right? Songs that people can get into. It may feel a little churchy because I'm a church kid, but this is what we're building. We're building a container for songwriters, singers, creators that are on a spiritual journey, unpacking how music makes them feel. So I love y'all. If you are more interested in more, I play songs like this on the Inner Chamber Radio from 12 to 2. Link is in my bio on how to find that. And yeah, fam. So thank y'all for being here. If you experienced anything, this is what I call songwriting your life, god dog it. You'll be amazed at how your life is transformed when you process your feelings, your emotions through songwriting. Okay? So tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we go live, we write, we heal, we create, all those things. Okay? So let's let this song breathe. We won't force, we'll let it give birth. Okay? And I love you back. And I'm going to sing this to you because this is something that I sing in mostly all my lives so that you know, okay? It goes a little something like this. Just in case you haven't heard it in a while. Hey. And just in case you really need to know. Just in case you haven't heard it in a while. Just in case you really need to know. Oh, I love you back. Ay, I love you. I love you. I love you back. Ay, I love you. I love you. I love you back. Ay, I love you. I love you. I love you back. I love you, fam. Till tomorrow. Talk to y'all later.